Hello and welcome to the NIVAC studios in Prince Regent Road. My name is Malcolm McFarlane and I am the current chairman of Bredagh GAC.
And I'm Kieran O'Keefe, former player, current club secretary and chairman of football within the club.
We're here today to launch the celebrations of the club's 50th anniversary. In 1971, 50 years ago, a group of local enthusiasts met to discuss the formation of a GAA club in South Belfast. This was during a turbulent time in our city's history. What these men had was guts and determination and a will to succeed, and succeed they did. From what was originally a male football club, we now field teams across all age groups in all four GAA playing codes, ladies and men's football along with camogie and hurling. The ethos behind the GAA is not only about on-field activities but also about playing a part in the local community. We have and continue to support our local community on a daily basis. If the last year has taught us anything, it's about pulling together and supporting each other, and that's how we've made it through. I'm now going to hand over to Kieran to tell us about the club's early history.
Thank you, Malcolm. Northern Ireland was a substantially different place back in the early 70s. There was widespread civil disruption and violence. The troubles that had been brewing in the late 60s erupted in the early 70s. Over 650 people were killed in 1971-1972. Tartan gangs terrorised areas of South and East Belfast. Against this backdrop, who had countenanced forming a GAA club on the borders of South and East Belfast? But that was the vision and ambition of a number of men, all like-minded in their thoughts. People like Frank McMullen from Donegal in Tyrone, Eamon Gilmore from Dromara in County Down, Seamus Salmon from Cullaville in Armagh, and my own father, James O'Keefe from Newton Butler in County Fermanagh. These men, ably assisted by others like Matt Morgan, Tony Bradley, Michael Wilson, and inspired and led by Father Matt Wallace, a priest from Wexford who had come to live in Belfast and be involved with the parish, Holy Rosary Parish. He had a vision for a GAA club in the area and he was going to make it happen. And so it began. A meeting was held in the conference room of St Bernard's Church on 26 October 1971 and it was agreed to form a club. First order of business was the name of the club. After some research into local history, it was found that a family had settled in the area from Wexford, a family by the name of Bredagh. Hence, the names Newtown Bredagh and Knock Bredagh have been derived. And so, Bredagh was formed. An application was made in 1971, in November 1971, to join Down GAA. And the club was warmly welcomed into the Down GAA family. Bredagh became a Down club playing their games in Belfast. And for the last 49 years, they've been the only club playing their games in Belfast. But the club was much more than just a sporting body. It quickly became a focal point for the local community, both on and off the field. For those that had settled and lived in Belfast for a long time, as well as those that came in and just settled in the area. It was a real boost for the local community. To get going and raise finances, weekly bingo was arranged, dances and nights at the races were organised. Indeed, over 350 people attended the first dinner dance, even though this was held before a league game had been played. The club was up and running, and a success story before a ball had been kicked. On the sporting side, the club fielded boys' teams and men's football teams in the early years. At under 14, 16, 18 of mine are senior. It became clear there was plenty of talent, and the senior team quickly progressed through the ranks from junior to intermediary and on into senior leagues, playing in 2 senior championship semi-finals along the way. Club players such as John Wright, Bill Garner, Damien Watson would go on to represent Down seniors and play in Ulster Championship finals. Off the field, the club became an intrinsic part of the local community, and like everything, lots of effort from volunteers required to keep it going through good times and bad. We are indeed being fortunate to have many willing people willing to give of their time to make the club a success, right down to present day. People that drove the club on from the early years included Seamus Salmon, Stephen Brown, Matt Morgan, Phil Sheridan, to name but a few. You'll see from the following segments where the club has developed from the early years to take huge strides, especially since the turn of the century, to include ladies football, camogie, hurling on the sporting side of the club, and expand the youth section to now field over 30 teams across all codes, and provide our national games to over 600 children on a weekly basis. And to think that it was all started by a small body of people back in 1971 who had a real graph for their GAA sports.
My name is Paul Bredagh. I was chair of Bredagh from 2005, 2010. I suppose when I came in, it was just after the closing of the Nazareth House pitch that had been there for maybe 20 years. A lot of hard work going on there. Prior to that, but unfortunately we lost it, so Cherryville became the focus of all our youth, and at that stage there wasn't that many pitches, and there was only 2. But we fought long and hard, and then we looked at other avenues, schools, etc. And then one of the ideas was Hyde Bank, which alas didn't materialise. So it was back to the drawing board with Cherryville in conjunction with Ulster Council. Belfast City Council, there was a strategy to rejuvenate the pitches, and for what you see today in Cherryville now, we've got a 1 full-size pitch where we're standing on. We've got a 3 full-size 3G pitch, and then we've also a grass floodlit pitch, which is a great progress for Bredagh in this current times, and long may it continue.
My name's Aidan McKegney, and I was chair from 2010 to 2016. Losing the original pitch and changing rooms on the Ravenhill Road was a low point for the club, and the club certainly struggled for a while after that. In the early 2000s, 2002, 2003, a youth development programme was began, and that attracted many more families into the club who had moved into the area. With the renewed energy, very quickly the focus returned to obtaining new facilities in terms of a pitch and a clubhouse. Not an easy task with limited opportunities, and of course the club really did not have a lot of money. A lot of hard work was put into fundraising and acquiring and developing new facilities. In 2014 we managed to acquire the Holy Rosary Parish Hall opposite Cherryville, and subsequently secure planning and funding from Belfast City Council to effectively replace the old 19th century building with a state-of-the-art community hall. As I understand, work is due to commence shortly, so along with the excellent facilities in Cherryville and a new community hall, Bredagh will enter the next 50 years in the club's history, firmly rooted in the Ravenhill Road.
Hi, I'm Aisling Sweeney, and I've been the club treasurer since 2019. As with many large organisations, running costs are a constant concern. Over the years, Bredagh has managed to maintain membership fees whilst continuing to meet increasing costs. Our main cost base consists of pitch hire, registration fees and investment in future developments such as our hall. Back in the 70s, the club sold £80 tickets for a draw with prizes which included a car, and the money was put towards the renovation of the old pitch. The last few years, the down draw has contributed to our running costs. In addition, the club has held golf days, race days and 2 very successful Strictly events. The Strictly events also created a strong bond within the club and led to the demand for annual social occasions. We have also harnessed this bond through raising money for charitable causes, such as our participation in the Belfast Marathon Relays, raising a final total of over 21k for the Children's Cancer Unit charity. Despite the difficulties of COVID-19, we have still managed to raise money for the Food Bank, St Vincent de Paul and the Gold Mile.
Brendan O'Connell, and I'm a member of the Bredagh Football Committee. While the club was formed in 1971, the men's football began to compete in 1972 and had success at junior and intermediate competitions in East Down, and then went on to play senior championship in the late 70s. While the club went through the doldrums in the 80s and early 90s, some great work at youth development in the late 90s, and the formation of the football committee brought structure and organisation back to the club, and then this led to success at junior and intermediate championships in 2006, 2011, 2016 and 2018, as well as underage success at under 16, under 14 and under 13 all county levels. Our current philosophy would be one of maximising player potential, participation, developing and retaining players. The overall aim is to instil a lifelong love of Gaelic football and Gaelic games in our players and continuously improve the quality and standard of our teams, as well as fostering an attitude and ambition in our youth to play senior football for Bredagh and compete with the very best teams across County Down.
Paul Murray, Chair of Ladies Football. Ladies Football was formed in the club in 1994, and for the next 27 years we played at the highest level in Down Ladies Football. Our first success came in 2002 when we beat Ivy Bosco to win the club's first senior championship. It'd be another 7 years until 2009-2010 before we'd win championships again. We invested in 2000 in a youth development programme which was focused on players' commitment to our games and ability to constantly improve, coaches using their experience and their enthusiasm for our game, and support of parents, the ladies committee and the club. In the 10 years since we've celebrated our 40th, we've increased our membership and now have it from under sixes right through to Gaelic for Mothers, which is the ability for people who have played the game before to enjoy our sport. Our success comes in threes: 3 consecutive senior county titles, 3 minor Ulster titles, and in 2008 we won the senior, minor and under 16 county championships. In the 27 years we've come a long way, and we're now the 3rd largest club, ladies club in Ulster, and we're recognised as a force within that. Our journey has many goals still to achieve, but as the club celebrates its 50th year, we should take the opportunity to take the time to enjoy it.
Anne Costello, under 17 Camogie coach.
I'm Bernard McKee. I'm the senior manager for Bredagh Camogie in 2021.
Bredagh Camogie first started in Bredagh in the 90s. There was a lull, and then moving to 2002 to 2005, we started reintroducing Camogie in the schools. At 2005, we established Camogie as part of Bredagh Camogie Club, and from there we have gone on to have 200 children play Camogie. Our successes have been in 2014 in the Féile, and then 2016 the All-Ireland Féile Division B.
The contributing factor to our success is the work done in local primary schools and the dedication and hard work of our coaches and volunteers. We have had numerous successes, as Anna said, on the field of play, and our biggest achievement is helping create community and the friendship for life for girls we coach here in Bredagh as we share with them the passion and love we have for this great game.
Tony Hughes, Joint Manager of Bredagh Senior Hurlers.
Liam Quinn, Club Referee.
I got involved with Bredagh Hurlers back in 2002 when hurling started after a long number of years where there was no hurling in the club. Jerome Quinn was probably the instigator of it. He got me involved in coaching the young fellas, and after that we were competitive then in 2003, 2004 onwards. Seniors commenced in 2005, and it was a lot of older boys like ourselves here who were involved at that time. 2008 then, there was a programme.
2008 we sort of revamped the hurling committee. We came up with a hurling development plan, and we focused on 3 main priorities: quality coaching for the young guys, competitive fixtures, and trying to develop a hurling culture in the area. And I think on all 3 of those we've started to deliver.
Things have really taken off since then, and we've been competitive. With the arts teams, we moved up into the A divisions and we won Féiles. We won under 14 championships, under 16, and in 2018 we won a minor championship, which was fantastic. And our position now is that we are in the senior championship and down, and that's where we want to be and progress, and perhaps someday win the senior championship.
Hello, my name is Patricia Thompson. I'm a Healthy Club Officer for Bredagh. The Healthy Club was launched after the Santa 5K fun run, reaching out to the local community, creating a hub for everyone to enjoy positive health and well-being. Pre-COVID, we had a fun day in Cherryvale linking activities for those with physical and mental limitations, promoting an all-inclusive club. We have linked with local sporting clubs, maintaining weekly bingo sessions for the elderly. We also have developed relations with local charities and encouraged donations for the Golden Mile, Marie Curie, the Children's Cancer Charity, Darkness into Light and St Vincent de Paul Christmas Appeal. Throughout the past year, the Healthy Club has promoted online initiatives to keep communication challenge with our members and wider community open and active, promoting mental, emotional, physical well-being and health awareness sessions. We also do online mental wellbeing, dementia-friendly workshops, healthy eating, communicating with our elderly members and health awareness.
Idéal Taig, Secretary Bredagh 2010-2015. When the GAA was founded in 1884, it twinned the promotion of Gaelic sport and culture in a unique way. Now, many years later, the organisation is more diverse and exciting than ever, but at its core, its central value remains volunteerism. Bredagh, being the size it is, relies on a core of volunteers to coach and carry out the administration and fundraising. But we managed to make fundraising fun in 2014 and 15 by running Strictly and the Oscars. And at the same time we manage to draw our codes and community closer together. Players, coaches and administrators volunteered to dance, and we were joined by parents and teachers from Holy Rosary, Aquinas and St Joseph's. They devoted many hours to the Bredagh cause, and once again we were reminded that volunteering is not only good fun, good for the community, it is good for us individually. It makes us the best that we can be.
Hello, my name is Nicky McCafferty and I was chairman of the club from 2002 to 2005. As we've seen already today, there has plenty of events and plenty of games that we had to celebrate over the 50 years. The first thing we wish to do this year is put together an updated history of the club, and we are continually working on that to give events over the last 50 years. The actual events will begin in June, where we will have a family 5K in Cherryvale, a 5K run or a 5K walk, where we can raise funds for nominated charities associated with the club. In August, in the months of July and August, we will be running an exhibition in the parish centres of all the memorabilia, the events, photographs, mementos that you may have of the club, to bring back good memories to all club members and introduce new members to the club. At the end of August, we will have a family fun day, continuing in the tradition of the Bredagh Club, where we will have a family fun day to end the summer events. Again, bringing back a tradition will be the Bredagh Masters, to be held in Beaver Golf Club in September. This will be followed on in October, coinciding with the actual date that the club was formed, of a mass to commemorate those of club members who have gone before us. A big event will come in October when Down comes to Cherryvale. We will bring the county Down teams of the 4 codes, along with the top opposition in Ulster, to Cherryvale. Down have never played in Cherryvale, and we will open the new field with these 4 games. And the big finale of the year will be the 50th Gala Dinner in the Whitla Hall. As you all know, the events that Bredagh have run over the last 50 years have been extremely successful, and this will be an event to wow everything. And I'll hand back now to our chairman, Malcolm.
It's hard to capture 50 years of Bredagh in such a short production. It's more just a reminder of where we have come from, where we are now, and our hopes and our plans for the future. A club of our magnitude takes many volunteers to help it function. We must remember all those volunteers, both past and present, who have played their part to build Bredagh, creating the structures which have contributed to our success over the years. Sadly, most of those who founded the club are no longer with us. We will remember them always, and no better way to acknowledge their efforts and foresight than to make our 50th year a special one. I must also pay tribute to all our members, coaches, volunteers and past committee members who've steered the ship for the last 50 years, and let's hope the next 50 are as good. We will strive to move the club even further forward, living out the reality of our 4 codes, 1 club belief, and continue to support our community wherever we can. I would like to thank all those who have contributed tonight. Thanks also to club member James Conlon and his team at NIVAC for this production, and to all the other sponsors and supporters of our club over the years for all your help. It truly is appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you all at our events this year ahead. Gurmiagat.